Hello. Have you ever noticed that you can't help but pick up the habits of the people closest to you? The way they talk, the jokes they tell, the movies they watch. Even the way they approach their goals. There is a powerful, silent force at work in your life, constantly shaping who you are, what you believe, and what you achieve. That force is your inner circle. It's the group of people you spend the most time with, and they are either accelerating your progress or holding you back. This is not about blaming anyone. It's about understanding a fundamental truth of human existence. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that we are an island, completely independent and unaffected by the people around us. The truth is, you are a product of your environment, and your environment is largely a product of your relationships. Think about it for a moment. You might have a goal to start working out, to eat healthier, or to start a new business. You are full of motivation. You have a plan, but then your friends invite you out for late night pizza, or they tell you that your new idea is just a hobby. Slowly, subtly, without even realizing it, you get pulled off course. It's not because you lack willpower, it's because you are fighting a social current that is far more powerful than any individual's determination. The people in your life have a kind of social gravity, and they are constantly pulling you in a certain direction. This is a well-documented phenomenon. In sociology and psychology, it's known as social contagion. The spread of behaviors, attitudes, and ideas from person to person. It's why trends spread so quickly. It's why one person in a group gets a new car, and suddenly, everyone else starts talking about getting a new car. It is a powerful, silent force that works beneath your conscious awareness, and it is shaping your life every single day. But this isn't a speech about how to cut people out of your life. It's a speech about how to be intentional about the forces that are shaping you. It's about taking control of the social gravity in your life. The first step is to simply become aware of it. Take a moment to think about the 5 people you spend the most time with. What are their goals? What are their habits? How do they talk about the world? How do they talk about their dreams? Do they inspire you, or do they make you feel a little bit smaller? The goal is not to judge them. The goal is to get a clear picture of the environment you are currently in. Because the truth is, you are likely an average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You are the average of their health, their income, their mindset, their ambition. This is a difficult truth to accept, but it's a liberating one. Because once you understand this, you are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of them. You can't control what happens in the world, but you can control who you let into your world. So, how do you go about this? It's not about being ruthless or calculating. It's about being honest with yourself and being intentional about your time and energy. It begins with a simple question: who do I need to be around to become the person I want to be? If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to be around people who are already on that path. If you want to be a healthier person, you need to be around people who prioritize their health. If you want to be a more positive, grateful person, you need to be around people who are already living that way. This doesn't mean you need to abandon your old friends. It simply means you need to be more intentional about seeking out new relationships. It means finding a new group to join, a new class to take, a new community to become a part of. Because when you put yourself in an environment where your goals are the norm, not the exception, everything changes. The effort to reach your goals becomes effortless. The social current is now pulling you in the right direction. Let's talk about the specific types of people you need in your inner circle. The first is a mentor. This is someone who has already achieved what you want to achieve. They can see your blind spots. They can give you guidance and wisdom that would take you a decade to learn on your own. They are not just a source of information, they are a source of inspiration and accountability. They have already walked the path, and they can show you where the pitfalls are. Finding a mentor can feel intimidating, but it's often as simple as asking a question, buying them a cup of coffee, and listening more than you talk. The second type of person you need is a challenger. This is someone who pushes you to be better, who holds you accountable, and who is not afraid to give you constructive criticism. They are the friends who will not let you give up on your goals. They will not accept your excuses. They will challenge your limiting beliefs. This is a rare and invaluable kind of friendship. It's the kind of friend who will tell you the hard truth when everyone else is telling you what you want to hear. And in doing so, they will help you grow in ways you never thought possible. The third type of person you need is a supporter. This is someone who celebrates your wins big and small. They are your personal cheerleaders. They lift you up when you're feeling down. They are the people who believe in your dreams even when you don't. This is a crucial role because the path to success is often a lonely and difficult one. You will have moments of doubt and moments of failure, and in those moments, you will need people who can remind you of your greatness. The lie is that you need to be a solitary hero, fighting the good fight on your own. The truth is, your success is a team sport. It is a product of your environment, and you have the power to curate that environment. You have the power to choose who you let into your world. You can be the architect of your own social gravity. But this is not about using people to get what you want. It's about a mutual, powerful exchange. You are also a part of other people's inner circles. Are you a mentor? Are you a challenger? Are you a supporter? The more you give, the more you will receive. The more you pour into the people around you, the more they will pour into you. This is the simple, beautiful law of human connection. The more you help others grow, the more you will grow yourself. The final piece of the puzzle is to understand that this is a continuous process. People change. You change. Your inner circle will evolve over time. It's not a static group, it's a living, breathing, and dynamic force. And your job is to be aware of that force, to be intentional about it, and to always be a force for good in the lives of the people you care about. When you do that, you will find that success is no longer a solo journey. It is a collective effort. It is a joyous, shared experience, and it is far more fulfilling than you could ever imagine. Now let's talk about the deeper, often invisible, layers of this phenomenon. The people you spend time with don't just influence your conscious decisions. They influence your silent habits. These are the small, unconscious behaviors that make up the vast majority of your day. For example, if your friend group often orders a high-calorie appetizer without even thinking about it, you are likely to do the same. If the people around you spend their free time watching television, you will probably find yourself drawn to the screen. These are not acts of willpower or conscious choice. They are the natural, effortless flow of social contagion. Your inner circle affects your perspective on everything, from money and wealth to love and happiness. If your friends constantly complain about their jobs, you will unconsciously start to view your own work with more negativity. If they talk about money as something that's always a struggle, you will adopt a scarcity mindset without even realizing it. The reverse is also true. If your friends talk about their passions, their side hustles, and their financial goals, you will find yourself inspired to pursue your own. The conversations you have become the thoughts you think, and the thoughts you think become the actions you take. This isn't just about a simple transfer of ideas. It's about a fundamental shift in your perception of what's possible. If you are surrounded by people who believe that great things are within their reach, you will start to believe the same. You will see success not as a fantasy, but as a normal, achievable outcome. The standards of your inner circle become your own standards. The expectations they have for themselves become your expectations for yourself. And the courage they show in the face of fear becomes your own source of strength. The most successful people in the world understand this on a deep, intuitive level. They don't just surround themselves with people who are already successful. They surround themselves with people who are on a similar journey of growth. They curate their environment with a level of intention that most people reserve for their careers or their relationships. They know that to reach their full potential, they need to be in an environment that is constantly pushing them to be better. They are not simply looking for friends, they are looking for allies in their own personal evolution. So let's stop being passive participants in our own lives. Let's stop letting our social environment happen to us. Let's become the proactive, intentional architects of our own social gravity. Because the truth is, you can't be a lion if you hang out with sheep. You can't be a winner if you hang out with people who believe that they are losers. You can't be a creator if you hang out with people who only consume This is not about judgment. It is about self-preservation. It is about understanding that your life is too important to be left to chance. But this isn't just about avoiding the wrong people. It is a fundamental shift from focusing on the how of your goals to focusing on the who. We get so caught up in asking, how do I build a business? How do I get in shape? How do I become more confident? The better question, the more powerful question is, who has already done what I want to do and how can I get close to them? When you find that person, the answers to the how suddenly become simple. They are a living, breathing guide. They show you what's possible just by being themselves. Imagine you want to start a podcast. The lie is that you need to go out and buy a studio, get the best microphone, and learn how to edit 1,000 hours of content. The truth is you need to find someone who has already started a successful podcast, and you need to get them in your inner circle. They can tell you exactly what equipment to buy, what software to use, and what pitfalls to avoid. They have a system that works, and they can transfer that system to you through conversation, through mentorship, through simply being an example. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who knew all the answers. They are the ones who knew all the right people. When you surround yourself with people who are operating at a higher level, their behaviors become your new normal. Their ambition becomes your new standard. The topics of your conversations will shift from complaining about problems to brainstorming solutions. You will find yourself talking about ideas and opportunities instead of gossip and distractions. You will become more curious, more resourceful, and more resilient. You will start to see the world not as a place of limitations, but as a place of infinite possibility. This is the ultimate and most powerful act of self-love. It is the courageous decision to acknowledge that you cannot do it alone, that your environment is a key component of your success. It is the decision to stop letting your circumstances dictate your future, and to start proactively designing a life that will inevitably pull you toward your highest potential. You don't need to push yourself to become a better person. You just need to put yourself in an environment where being a better person is a natural, effortless flow. Because in the end, you are not just an average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You are a reflection of the standards they have for themselves. And when you choose to surround yourself with greatness, you will find that you have no other choice but to become great yourself. Now let's talk about the other side of this coin. This isn't just about finding the right people, it's about becoming the right person. The true power lies not in being a passive recipient of your social gravity, but in becoming a powerful source of social gravity yourself. Imagine the people you've just been thinking about, the mentor, the challenger, the supporter. Now ask yourself, what steps can I take today to be one of those people for someone else? Because here is the profound secret of this entire process. The fastest way to attract the right people into your life is to embody the qualities you are looking for in them. When you are a mentor, you will naturally be drawn to other mentors. When you are a supporter, you will find yourself in the company of other supporters. You will become an anchor, a source of stability, a person others want in their inner circle. This is not about being a saint. It is about being a conscious, intentional human being. It's about deciding that you will no longer be a victim of your environment and that you will instead become the master of it. This is the final, most liberating truth. You have the power to create a ripple effect. When you live with intention, when you are a force for good, you don't just change your own life, you change the lives of everyone in your orbit. You become the positive social gravity that pulls others toward their highest potential. And this is the final, most profound truth. You are not just a product of your environment. You are an active participant in its creation. Every relationship you nurture, every connection you make is a vote for the person you are becoming. The courage to step into a new circle, to seek out mentors, to become a mentor yourself. This is the ultimate act of self-empowerment. It is the conscious decision to stop being a passive observer and start being the architect of a life that is truly and beautifully your own.